Juice fans, this is Groovy J with some tips on how to clean your Vision Ego Clearomizers. These are also known as the Stardust by many companies. We sell these in a variety of colors, but today we're going to focus on what to do and how to clean these guys. What you're going to do is you're going to just unscrew the top real quick. And if you haven't used these before, they're really simple to use. That's the great thing about these. They don't leak, anything like that. What you will need, this is the easy way to clean them. What you will need is a paper clip, bent as such, some fresh water, something to dump your water into, and a freshly charged battery helps, or just something with enough of a charge to do a lot of dry burning. Alright, so we unscrewed the top. Basically, we're just going to dump out whatever excess is in here, get that all out of there. Alright, this is what I found works for me. You want to take your paper clip. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to insert it right into the middle of that little hole in the middle there. It's called the nipple. And we're just going to insert that right in the middle. You don't want to push down too far, just enough to kind of grab it. And you just want to kind of wiggle that out. Now, it might take a little getting used to, but that's all it is. Alright, so we pulled that out. And so now, if you look in the middle, that's actually the coil that burns and heats up your liquid. Alright, so I'm just going to dump this, or just toss it into my water container here, and just let it soak for a little bit. If you have a sink or a running faucet, you can use that as well. Basically, I'm just filling it up with water, and we're just going to cap it up with the finger, give it a good shake. Exciting, huh? And dump. Make sure you get it all out. And repeat as many times as you feel necessary. Kind of washing the inside, cleaning it up a little bit. And dump. Okay. I would suggest doing that 4, 5, 6 times, whatever you feel. If it's a really old, dirty one, the more you wash it, the better. If it's fairly new, you don't have to do that as much. So next is we're just going to give it a dry burn. So all you got to do is just hit the button on your battery and just let it go. You should be able to hear it pop a little bit. That tells you that everything is working the way it should. And you don't want to roach your battery out too much, so give it a rest every now and then and squeeze again. And we're just dry burning. What we want to do is we're basically trying to get rid of all that excess water, so every now and then just give it a flick, try and get some more out, and burn it again. The ultimate goal on this is we see a little bit of smoke starting to come out there. Eventually, the more we do this, we're going to see the coils heat up and start to glow red. That's when we know that the process is working. What we are doing is we are burning off all the excess gunk that just happens to build up in there. So you want to get rid of as much of that as possible. And the more you do it, the more it'll start to smoke, the more you'll hear it, and you just keep going with it. This is why I recommend a fresh battery, freshly charged, just because you're going to suck down a lot of your battery power in doing this. A lot of people recommend cleaning these once a week. I basically clean these whenever I feel it's not hitting as well, or when it starts to taste a little funky. That means usually it's time for a cleaning. Alright, so we're going to show you here that the coils are now starting to heat up a little bit, and you'll start to see that glow. There it is. And basically you want to do that until the coils don't look like they have any more gunk on them. You want to do that until the wicks look like they're a lot cleaner. A couple more times. And also notice that it's not producing any more vapor, so that means that a lot of that stuff has burnt off. Okay. And I always like to blow it out a little bit too. That seems to help. I've read online that you don't want to blow onto it as you're heating the coils because that will ultimately damage your coils. Alright, so we've done that enough times here, and now basically we are going to reassemble. This is the most complicated part, and it's not really that tough. What you want to do is you want to grab your nipple, and the way these things are built is they are basically a soft rubber with a little metal portion in the middle here. Basically, you want to kind of just squeeze it a little bit and just kind of work it until it kind of pops in there. And this might take a little bit of a getting used to, but once you get the hang of it. So you're going to kind of pop it in there kind of like that. And now we're just going to gently push it back down with our paper clip. You might have to use your finger too to... Alright, now with the paper clip, I'm actually pushing on the rubbery part, not the metal part, and just kind of working it down past that little thing. Alright, now we're not going to push it all the way yet, but now it is in past the little lip there. This is probably the most important part. What you want to do is you want to fit this on top of the metal coil that comes up in the middle. So what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of stick your paper clip in the middle, in the hole again, just to give you a little more growth, and then sometimes along the edge. But basically you want to fit that back down over that metal part. So just kind of work it in there. And it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm even a little out of practice. Alright, once it starts to go, you'll see it kind of goes on there, and now you just want to kind of push it all the way down and rotate it a little bit and just keep pushing until it's nice and secure down on the metal part. Alright, you see that? Alright, so now it's kind of back to where it was. We're going to flick it a couple more times, get some of that water out. And we're going to burn it just a couple more times. Listen to it, make sure it's still popping. Now, the most common thing I've heard about these and what I've experienced is after you give it a cleaning, it's going to take probably a good 5-10 minutes of just kind of burning it a little bit to start to get your flavor back. And what that is, all the residual water is kind of going to mute your flavor. So what we're going to do is we are going to fill this up, and I need to go grab a bottle of juice, so hold on 1 second. Alright, we've got our sticky icky cinnamon bun. If you have not tried this yet, this is one of my personal favorites. I love it. It's fantastic. You always want to make sure you shake your juice up and give it a good firm shaking for a little bit. Alright, so we're going to fill this back up, and basically just right along the side, kind of like that, and just squeeze it down. And we're going to go just over the wicks, maybe a little bit more. And basically, once it's hitting the wick, that's allowing it to go inside and kind of soak through on everything. Screw our top back on, and just start puffing on it for a while. Now, like I said, it's going to take a little bit of time until the flavor starts to come back to its full potential. So those first 5 minutes or so, not going to be so tasty, but after that, it should be back up and running as it should. And just keep going with it, keep hitting it. And like I said, eventually it will restore itself back to normal. So that is our quick and easy way on how to clean a Vision Ego Clearomizer, a.k.a. the Stardust. Make sure you visit groovyjuice.com. Order these in whatever flavors you or whatever colors you want. Check out our juice selection, and as always, leave us a comment, send us a message. We're always happy to help. Thanks for checking the video out, and thanks for supporting Groovy Juice. Peace.